Something I've been pondering on, I keep seeing across Facebook and Instagram like this big debate about how a man shouldn't make a wife or a man should not make a woman's life soft. And can I tell y'all about the book of Ruth? Ruth was a strong woman, okay? She wasn't looking for no man. She wasn't worried about no man coming and saving her. She was doing whatever she could do within God's will for her to do in order for her to get to a place and in order for her to survive and take care of her mother-in-law of her deceased husband. However, it was because of what God had on her and the type of woman that she was that she ran into Boaz. Yes, Boaz was rich. He had a lot of money. But outside of him having a lot of money, it's the way he approached her, the way he cared for her, even clean down to making sure that it was okay that he married her. Because let's not forget, Boaz was not originally supposed to marry Ruth. One of their other cousins was. He went to him to make sure that it was okay for him to marry him. He could have just went over him because he had the money. He could have just went over him and married Ruth. But even going through the proper channels to make sure that it was okay to marry her, he gave that woman a softer life. The way he treated her, did we forget about in the field when she was gleaning and they told him who she was? The people that she was gleaning with told him who she was, and once he found out who she was, how he even made gleaning be easier for her because he knew the need that she had. He made her life softer. When God is introducing you to your spouse and you're not going about it your own way, there will be things that will happen that will just make you feel at ease. And me and my friend were talking about this recently. Certain things when it comes to marriage, you don't know until you're actually married. You won't know until you're actually married. So when people say that there's not a big difference between boyfriend and girlfriend and husband and marriage, baby, that's a lie. There is a huge difference, and especially a kingdom marriage. When you are in your kingdom marriage, there are things, because it's an assignment. Kingdom marriage is a mantle, and I think people forget that. People forget that it is an assignment and it is a mantle. Why I got tongue tied? So oftentimes you hear people glorify kingdom marriage and they want kingdom marriage, but wholeheartedly they don't even know what they're stepping themselves into. Baby, this is work. It's not all fun and games. We are literally going before God, fighting battles as husband and wife. It's hard to do that in the natural. So can you imagine trying to do that in the spirit? So in short, from a worldly perspective, it's hard to see how a man can make a woman's life softer, and also it's hard to see how a woman can add to a man from a worldly perspective. But that's literally why God places men and women together. A woman is a helpmate. As a man's helpmate, she is supposed to be praying for him, going before God for him, so that whatever God is downloading inside of him, she can help with that. She can pour into him an answer that he may be looking for. God may give it directly to her because she's his helpmate, and so forth and so forth. There may be things like, for instance, with me, I was praying for a year before I got married for certain things for my business, but not looking for them in a person. When me and my husband got together, and this is before we even got married, God started allowing me to see that the very things that I was praying for, he sent them in my husband, and it made my life so much easier. I've always been hardworking. I've always been dedicated, but my husband coming into my life made my life softer. So, in short, when God is in the midst, a man can make you have a soft life. And when God is in the midst, a woman can add to a man. Y'all got to learn that relationship is more than just sex. It's more than just money. It's more than just how much do you make a year. Okay, well, how much do I make a year? It's bigger than culture. It's bigger than all of this, because if we really sit and think about it, God literally tells us in the Bible why relationship is so important. And it's so important because in the commandments, he literally tells us to love our neighbors as we would love ourselves. That's where it all falls down at. You have to have relationship with God in order to know who you are and whose you are, to be able to love yourself adequately, but also to be able to love another person adequately. You have to love God, then love you, so that you can pour out that same love onto other people. This video wasn't even supposed to be this long, but I'm going with what God say. So in short, love God so you can know how to love and do relationship properly. Y'all be blessed.